The 6'11" forward out of Auburn.
Now Filipowski stepped to the set. Only 3 games tonight in the NBA. This is the latest tip of the 3. Here is Kevin Durant. He'll work on Filipowski. Durant bounces off the Smith. Smith for 3. He opens the scoring.
And right away, Markkanen helping out Filipowski, but a great read by Durant. Jabari Smith left open, knocking down the 3. Houston, they don't shoot a high rate of 3-pointers, so knocking one down early, good for the Rockets.
The Rockets take the second fewest threes in the NBA, but they do shoot them well. They're top 10. Here goes Markkanen. Markkanen gets 2 feet in the paint as Markkanen draws first blood for the visitors.
And it's almost unfair. I mean, to be 7-1, driving from the perimeter and to be able to hit a floater like that, just showing the skill here early.
Here's Şengün, puts his back into Filipowski. He'll find Smith. Now it's Tari Eason. Eason's picked up by Isaiah Collier, and that pass is picked off. Now Filipowski with all that length. He'll shovel off by Cody Williams as Williams lays it up and in.
And we talk about the size of Houston, but there's a lot of size here in this front court for Utah, particularly with Ace Bailey, 6'9", maybe close to 6'10" as well. You saw that length on defense.
That pass got deflected off the rim. It's gobbled up by Filipowski. He stepped, however, on the baseline, so the ball will remain.
Playmaking abilities, but 2 possessions, you saw a steal by Filipowski and a nice deflection, active hands from the Jazz.
Well, you talk about all that length. Jazz fans have to be excited as they look forward to the future with this Jazz roster. More on that as tonight unfolds as Filipowski took a bomb. He'll bank and miss. Amen Thompson hauled it in, but he dribbled it off the foot of Smith. And that's
get there in transition, Markkanen. So right now, with the exception of that last shot, I was saying they're getting paint touches.
Here's Amen Thompson. And through contact, he puts it up and draws the. You know, you have 6'11", Kyle Filipowski. You mix in
to see how the game has evolved, to see these big men playing together and coexisting. Now, as a player, particularly as someone who plays small forward, I would hate that. The guard a 7'1" Markkanen, I don't know if I'd like that.
Bill Hardy played the 3 as Evan Mobley and Jared Allen were the 4 and 5.
Saw a lot of that.
Did indeed.
But this speaks how the game has evolved. What these big men can do today, quite extraordinary.
Quick hands by Isaiah Collier. Collier puts it up. He got fouled from behind by Amen Thompson. In fact, in the 5 games before the All-Star break, Collier dished out a combined 66 assists, including a 22-assist beauty in Indy against the Pacers. So this is a young man really starting to blossom, playing that point guard role as the ball's down to Smith. Smith cross-court to Thompson. Back it goes to Smith. Good ball movement east-west by the Rockets. Results in a Kevin Durant corner 3 that doesn't go. Bailey tips it to himself and out trots Collier once again. He'll snap a pass to Williams. Now Filipowski. Filipowski got avalanche as Tari Eason was there, and he just took it away. Durant now on the bounce. Works on Williams. Finds Şengün. Şengün to the rim. He lays it in.
Great footwork there by Şengün, but you see they're not letting Durant isolate. They ran at him. He made the right read and found his buddy for the easy 2.
Filipowski deals to Collier. Collier makes the 3. Got Durant in the air. Collier got inside. And
he's met with Will Hardy, and he referenced Tony Parker, who he spent playing off of 2 feet, and that was something that Isaiah worked on this offseason, and it has paid off as he's shooting 51% from the floor.
We see the pressure again by the Jazz. A steal. Bailey leaks out and dunks. And Ime Udoka wants a timeout. NBA app or NBA.com to start streaming today as we are back underway. Corner 3 by Josh Okogie doesn't go. This was a Rocket team that was plagued by late turnovers 2 nights ago in Madison Square Garden as they had an 18-point lead in the 4th quarter and couldn't hold on. They committed 9 turnovers in that final frame. Utah defensively has jumped on the Rockets. They forced 5 early miscues here this evening as Thompson comes up with a loose ball.
That residue from the other night in New York sort of continuing here tonight. Not the start that Ime Udoka wanted. And that little 3-quarter press giving Houston all kinds of problems valuing the basketball.
Şengün draws a double. Smith with a 3.
And that's what you have to do. If you're going to double team Şengün here, I think first possession of the game for Houston from that same spot off a double team.
Here's Markkanen. Markkanen had to take it away. Durant has his head up. Lead a pass to Thompson. Now to Smith. Showtime!
Right there, Udoka said something in that timeout that has woken up the Rockets.
Ime has a way of getting his team's attention, does he not?
He gets broadcasters' attention. I was ready to go when we met with him earlier.
Markkanen. Off it goes to Filipowski. Filipowski floats it up and in. I think Ime is still upset that you switched his chair and gave him the mini one.
I was,
Here's Thompson.
a little practical joke.
Thompson drives, floats, scores, and Amen Thompson has a chance for the
Defense last year in the NBA. And with Fred VanVleet out for the season, has assumed more of a role as the primary ball handler and has shown glimpses of greatness in the offensive end, particularly in the paint.
certainly has had to add to his duties as Thompson, as Filipowski finds Bailey. Bailey works on Eason. Back it goes to Collier. Collier playing with 2 fouls. The shot clock winds to 1. Collier fades away. The loose ball's tipped by Filipowski. Eventually gobbled up by Şengün. Here's Thompson on the run once again. He'll throw on the brakes. Dump back to Smith. Smith's been hot early, and he has another. Jabari Smith is at 5 quick turnovers. Ime Udoka takes a timeout, gets his club's attention, settles things down, and the Rockets are in the midst of an 11-2 run as we are back underway. Markkanen off the feed from Collier, launches a 3, tracked down by Smith. You're just joining us. What a start for Jabari Smith. 11 quick points as Thompson tears to the basket and lays it in.
And what a quick move right there. Thompson in transition, but they are much more engaged since that timeout by Udoka. Just come out with a sense of purpose and high energy and really good defense for Houston.
Collier works in towards Smith, shovels back to Filipowski. Filipowski unloads and drills a 3.
And that's the luxury that Utah has. You have bigs who can really step out, play on the perimeter, and Filipowski, a Duke legend, showing his range.
Started all 72 games he played at Duke over a 2-year stretch. Eason between the circles. He'll bounce off and find Şengün. Steve McKylen has checked in for the visitors as Durant fires. Tatum's got it. The Rockets have opened this ball game 4 for 6 from 3-point territory. Filipowski is watched by Şengün. He'll play through Markkanen. Markkanen works his way to the foul line, had it knocked away. Up ahead it goes to Thompson, but that pass was too ambitious and out of bounds.
Job just taking what the defense gives him, and the three's there, he'll knock it in.
Durant's coming off a 30-point performance 2 nights ago against the Knicks as John Conchar works his way inside. He was acquired with Jaren Jackson in that deal with the Grizzlies. Kevin Love, an 18-year veteran, makes his first appearance as well.
Right now, Utah, they're going to have to get some stops. I mean, they have not had a lot of resistance the last few minutes on this side of the court.
Does Smith have another? Indeed he does.
How about Jabari Smith? Locked and loaded here. He is feeling it.
Sizzling early. Here's Vince Williams, also acquired from the Grizzlies in that Jackson deal. His pass is tipped out of bounds by Clint. Here is Conchar. That 3 is no good. Big side rebound is grabbed by Smith. Here's Durant again. Durant to reach Shepherd. Shepherd has 3.
I'll tell you what, we said they don't shoot a high rate of threes, but they shoot a high percentage. And now Houston is focused from 3.
Rockets have hit their last 8 shots. That 3 ball is no good. Tipped by Love. Gets it off to Conchar. Love steps back. Vinny Smith in a crowd had it for a moment. Then he tried to rip it away from Conchar. However, he stepped on the baseline. And the
an off season at some point, and even though they're facing each other for the 3rd time this regular season, says it is still so surreal being on the court with his all-time favorite player.
Great stuff, Ashley. Thanks so much. What a long, storied resume for Kevin Durant. Here's Shepherd. The pass from Şengün. Talk more about Kevin as tonight unfolds as Şengün makes it look easy. He spins right down the lane and lays it in to give the Rockets his 40-25 lead.
Just incredible footwork and feel.
Love keeps it alive for a Williams three. Love a second offensive rebound on this possession. Markkanen puts it on the floor, throws a shoulder into Shepherd, puts it up and in, and Markkanen.
It's a possession by getting the rebound.
Opening minute, second quarter. Markkanen's joined by 4 reserves. Williams, Love, Konchar, and Sensabaugh. As for the Rockets, Şengün, Eason, Thompson, Okogie, and Shepherd make up the Houston 5. Shepherd lobs to Şengün. He's guarded by the 18-year veteran in Kevin Love. Inside it goes to Thompson, taken away by Markkanen. Markkanen on the run, in toward Eason. Off it goes to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh, the Ohio State alum, back to Markkanen. Markkanen trying to throw it down and got fouled by Şengün.
2 possessions in a row. Markkanen, not known for his rim protection, but showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve.
Both Şengün and Kevin Durant are fresh off an all-star appearance in LA a handful of days ago. For Şengün, it was appearance number 2. For Durant, number 16. Shepherd, guarded by Konchar. Shepherd called upon to take some of the point guard duties with Fred VanVleet. He was injured in preseason workout in the Bahamas. Really bad news for this Rocket club. A Sensabaugh down the lane off the Love feed. He'll float and score.
And Utah has had their best offensive possessions when they get stops and get down the floor and attack before the Rockets defense can get set.
The Jazz have offered a 7-0 run. Thompson looks for an opening. Into the corner it goes. Wide open three by Okogie this long. Williams up ahead to Markkanen as Markkanen continues to run. He'll find Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh twists, got Okogie in the air, tried to find the cutter in Williams. It's shoveled back to Love. Love with a pump fake, got Şengün in the air and rattles it in.
Nice possession, getting paint touches, getting that defense to shift and collapse, creating that open top of the key 3 for Kevin Love.
It has been a first half of runs. Kevin Love in his first season with the Jazz, 5-time All-Star. Ball was tipped and ends up out of bounds. Şengün, twist and score.
And smart. They've been trying to post up Şengün at the free throw line, getting him on the block for an easy 2. But right now, Utah finding some rhythm as Jabari Smith and Durant on the bench.
Okogie with a good defensive play, knocked it away from Sensabaugh. Half it goes to Eason for the throwdown as, well, Williams went spilling into the Utah bench.
Certainly looked that way from that angle.
Meanwhile, here's Love. He'll find Collier. Collier works his way inside, goes to the left hand. That's rebounded by Eason. Eason's out here with Durant, Smith, Okogie, and Shepherd. Shepherd will find Eason. Eason drives, double clutches. Love cleans the glass and outlets to Collier. Collier just 21 years of age to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh seems to be finding a rhythm in this his 3rd NBA season. Terrific before the break as Okogie drives and has it knocked away by hands. Love on the other end. Williams tips it, goes to Shepherd. Long lead pass, finds Durant. Durant deals off to Eason. Eason puts it up and in.
And Kevin Durant just draws a crowd. 6'10", finds the streaking Eason. Pretty high percentage offense there from the Rockets.
Love and Collier play catch up top. Now Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh works in toward Shepherd. He lost the ball, but he gets it back. Sensabaugh floats it up and in.
Sensabaugh's 3rd year has turned into a nice player. Had a 40-point game a few weeks ago, so he can flat out score. Not just a shooter, a scorer.
Yeah, he had a stretch in mid-January where in 3 consecutive games he went for 43, 27, and 25 as we have a travel call. This is a guy in Sensabaugh averaging 12.5.
Played well as of late.
Played a single season at Ohio State, led the Buckeyes in scoring and 3-point percentage back in 22-23. Filipowski's back in the ballgame. He'll work on Smith. Smith knocked it away and it pinballs over to Shepherd. Smith crossed over Filipowski. Gets inside and lays it in as Smith's fine. First half continues. He's 6 of 7 for 16 points.
Just in attack mode right there. Smith showing not just a shooter, but can put it on the floor.
Certainly giving the Jazz something to think about, and he does at the other end as well. And Smith with the rejection. Okogie slashes, reverses, and scores. And Will Hardy wants another timeout. Half of runs, the Jazz executed a 10-0 stretch, and the Rockets answered with a 2 run of their own on the other side of the break as Filipowski gets fouled.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing the next 2 nights.
That's it.
How about the season he's having for Utah?
Sensational.
Really is.
He has been fun to watch. Keontae George. Unfortunately, George has missed now 5 in a row, and 8 of the last 9 with sprains to both ankles. I told you earlier that Jaren Jackson played only 3 games with Utah before he underwent surgery to remove a growth in his knee, as Kevin Durant has that ultra-high release point.
And sometimes it's not great to go against your idols. Right there. As we know, Ace Bailey, a huge Durant fan, but so efficient. KD.
Collier floats and misses. The last time these teams played, they played back-to-back games in Utah, split a pair. Bailey was able to disrupt it. Durant drive and dunk. There's Jabari Smith once again, as the Rockets have opened up their largest lead, and Smith is really giving the Jazz something to think about with 18 points here in this first half.
This is a big-time first half for him. Now Utah, not a lot of resistance defensively. Houston getting whatever they want.
Collier floats it up and misses. We have a whistle. That ball ends up out of bounds.
The field, 3-pointers, layups, really getting anything he wants on the offensive end.
You mentioned Utah's struggles defensively, and I think that's why so many people are excited to see Jaren Jackson. That ball hit the baseline. It's a turnover. The ball goes back to deficiency for the 3rd consecutive season, but things likely are going to be a little different next season, aren't they, Grant?
I agree, and we saw a little small sample size of the 3 of them playing together, and it was really something. Guarding the paint, that's what Will Hardy talked about, their ability with that length to get a different look defensively.
We had a foul called on the Rockets as Filipowski had good position. Filipowski being there, using Nurkic potentially.
I know.
I mean, a lot of size on this Jazz club and a lot of excitement when you throw in the young talent in the backcourt. Markkanen in traffic, can't get that to go as Eason elevates, takes that out of the air. Thompson and Durant playing catch. And then takes his time and throws it down.
And right now, Houston has been so good and so efficient in transition.
Bailey, back it goes to Sensabaugh. 18 fast break points for the Rockets into the first 2 quarters.
Getting stops and getting out and flying in transition.
Markkanen awfully late in the shot clock. Ball comes to Filipowski, and it is a shot clock violation.
And right
Lowry,
there.
yeah, Lowry pleads.
Big and make him shoot over length with the short clock.
Speaking of length, Thompson waltzes his way inside and drops it through. And that Rocket lead has ballooned to 21. Filipowski with a standstill 3. Smith on the boards. Here comes Thompson and the Rockets again. Thompson in towards Markkanen, lost the ball. Filipowski nearly had it knocked away by Şengün. Sent it ahead to Collier. Collier upstairs to Filipowski. Filipowski couldn't find it. Sensabaugh does. Markkanen on the weak side. He throws it down.
I'll tell you right now, Utah, they're 3 of 21 from the 3-point line, only 14%. So they've had some good looks, just not able to convert. Most importantly, they've not been able to get any stops here on this end.
Smith back to Eason. Shot clock winds to 3. Eason to the elbow. Smith inside, tips it in. What a huge first half for Jabari Smith. Smith is a blazing 8 of 9 from the field, 20 points. He's also grabbed a team-high 6 boards. Bailey backs up, sizes up Şengün. Thompson took it away from Filipowski. Thompson on the run. Rockets continue to attack, and this time it's Eason.
I mean, the fast break here has been something to watch, the unselfishness. And KD only 6 points here, or excuse me, 8 points, but he has been in facilitator mode with 8 assists as well.
Markkanen gets fouled. Half number 2. John Michael Grandhill and Ashley Chamonix. So happy to have you with us here on this Monday night as Ace Bailey works on Smith. He pulls up from the mid-range. Smith rebounds. Bailey tried to pry it away, nothing doing. Amen Thompson, 12.6 rebounds, 3 assists for Thompson. He was a perfect 5 of 5 from the field. Shengun, who's been a hub for these Rockets of the last couple of seasons, finds Smith, who remains red hot.
Well, the same way they started the first half, they start the second half with a Jabari Smith Jr. three-pointer. And down shots at a high clip. This Rockets team is dangerous.
Collier had it poked away by Durant. He rescues, finds Markkanen for a long-range 3. The rim's out. Bailey trying to throw it down. The ball careens to the sideline, and Filipowski can't.
Played well as of late, averaging almost 16 points a game his last few games.
Thompson deals back out to Durant. That ball was knocked away. Collier to the rim. He got grabbed and fouled by Smith. Completing that thought on Ace Bailey. He just seems to
played well, third youngest starter. Cooper Flagg, Jeremiah Fears, and you see his crop of rookies, and he is showing what he can do. Not necessarily here tonight, but he's had a good month as of late.
Really nice to hear Will Hardy say how Bailey always carries himself with a sense of humility and respect. And Ashley, Coach Hardy had more to say, didn't he?
He did. I talked to him at shoot-around this morning. I said, who do you want to see really just grow and thrive these last couple weeks, almost 2 months of the regular season? He said, if I have to single out one person, it would be Ace. He's our youngest player. He said All-Star really served as a reset for him. It's time to move past the rookie excuses. But he says he's showing a ton of growth on and off the court. And a lot of these guys have a better understanding of what's expected of them, but Ace is still learning that. He just smiled, though, said he is such a bright, funny, energetic kid. He's got such a pure heart, and he loves the game, asks all the questions. So he's really hoping that these next couple weeks here of the regular season can serve as such a growing point for Ace.
No question. Thank you, Ashley. As Thompson twirls inside, he goes with the left hand and lays it in. Timeout.
As an assistant coach for the Spurs, and Will was promoted to an assistant. They were both under Pop, and they just absolutely blossomed. Will telling me that when you're traveling the country, you're at practices, dinners, planes, talking basketball 24/7, you form such a close relationship. And then when Ime got the head coaching job in Boston, Will was one of his first calls. He was an assistant on that staff. The team made it all the way to the finals that year. Coach Hardy telling me he probably wouldn't be where he is today without that opportunity. He said to coach that team, make it as far as we did. He said that time influenced him as a coach more than Ime would ever know. And he said it is very strange looking down and coaching against someone like Ime, just the friendship that they have and how it's really just blossomed over the last couple decades. But man, those two, they just smiled when you ask about one another.
Well done, Ashley. Thank you. As that 3 by Eason doesn't go, and you said it as Collier takes the long lead pass. Can't get it to go, but Bailey's there for the finish. Just to see the smile on the face when they talk about the other, both of them.
Ime is not a good friend the way his team is pouring it on the Jazz here this evening, but two great young coaches. Speaking of greatness right there, Durant, second chance opportunity for KD.
Durant got it back and flipped it in. A double-double already for Durant. 10 points and 10 big assists. If you're just joining us, as Markkanen can't get that to go. The active Eason defended. Eason finds Thompson. Thompson leaks out. Banks it home.
And Thompson so good in the open floor. Just elongates to the rim.
This is a Rockets team that's bottom 10 in fast break points. However, they have been terrific in that department here tonight. 24 points via the fast break. Markkanen is wide open, and he buries the 3. Jaren Jackson loves it.
Can't wait for him to get healthy. I guess he'll be reevaluated maybe 4 to
4 weeks, they said, after the procedure.
Get a little bit of time before the end of the year, but definitely want to see what this team looks like when fully healthy.
Filipowski got a fingertip on it. There's Collier once again.
And one thing with talking with Will Hardy, you know, they're going through a rebuild. There's some tough moments. but he said he had a locker room of character.
Udoka, you're heading down the stretch. You really want to clean up things heading into the playoffs. We'll get back to this in a moment as Durant finds Smith. Smith took a bump from Markkanen, and now it's Eason. Eason with a quick trigger had to beat the shot clock. Şengün keeps it alive, and the Rockets reset with a fresh 14. Durant at the elbow. Works in on Collier, twists, fires, can't get the roll, and it's rebounded by Markkanen.
Talking about Udoka, just wanted to make sure the standard is there. Every possession matters. You're right now not just getting ready in terms of playoff positioning, but you're getting ready for the playoffs. Yeah. You want to have the right habits, the necessary habits for success. So cleaning up those turnovers, they don't turn the ball over against this Jazz team. They pretty much get whatever they want on the offensive end.
It's so much in the NBA about who's playing the best at the right time. I mean, no team is playing the same in November as they are in January, as they are in March. And the Rockets hope they're trending in the right direction as a Conchar three is long.
And right now, Houston, they're fourth seed in the West. They haven't played great, but they've been really good. And MA just wants them to be more consistent as we go through these last 6 weeks or as the playoffs approach.
What not too many folks talk about is that a couple of major injuries, unfortunately, have been a huge subplot for the Rockets this season. It began way back in September. They were dealt the sobering news that Fred VanVleet, during a team minicamp in the Bahamas, tore his ACL as Smith remains scorching. There's a look at VanVleet. Smith has 27. And then remember, it was announced in late January, another blow. Steven Adams would miss the remainder of this season as Smith elevates for the rebound, shuts down that possession, and out trots Kevin Durant. Durant pulls up. He's got it.
KD making it look easy, just elevating right over a Sensabaugh. But, you know, you said it best. Fred VanVleet, Steven Adams, they're vets. They're experienced. They've been through the battles. They understand the importance of bringing Durant's out there. But you got a lot of young faces, a lot of young guys you're leaning on.
You saw the foul there by Shepherd on the arm of Collier. There they are talking things out. Will Hardy was Ime Udoka's lead assistant in Boston as they went to the finals.
And Ime Udoka's covering his mouth. We don't want that. We want to read his lips. We want to know what they're talking about. Now the San Antonio Greg Popovich coaching tree on display at half court.
Sets a ball with the rebound. Collier makes his way in. Across the lane, he couldn't get it to go as Shepherd defended. Eason rebounded. Here comes Smith. Now it's Durant. Durant skips off to Shepherd. Shepherd for three. Terrific ball movement in transition. There's a big Capella inside. Capella got where he wanted but could not finish. Sends the ball with his head up. Love squares up for three. Tipped by Conchar, rescued by Mikhailiuk. Back to Sensabaugh, who's got it. Well, the Rockets have zipped the ball all over the joint here tonight. 28 big assists on 38 field goals. Collier's picked up by Shepherd. Collier once again works his way inside. He'll float and score.
And you see the strength there. Collier just getting to his spot. Speaking of getting to his spot, KD, one of the best, loves that mid-range off the bounce. So hard to defend.
15 points, a dozen assists. That's a season high for Durant. He's also grabbed 5 rebounds. Here's Love. He's leaned upon by Capella. He'll find the cutter in Conchar, who sweeps one off for a three that's short as Collier can't find the range. 3 to go here in the third. Shepherd now to Smith. It's picked up by Love. Eason steps back. Smith over Love. Eason tips it up and in.
Just outworking Utah on that possession, not blocking out. Eason makes him pay.
Eason's coming off a double-double in Madison Square Garden 2 nights ago. He has 11 and 8 here so far this evening. Love goes off the Sensabaugh, who cuts and gets fouled by Shepherd.
About how magical magical it is to be a part of something like the Olympics. And he said there is truly nothing like it. Said for USA basketball, the tradition, all the greats that have been a part of it, said it was so surreal, especially for a guy like him who didn't play in the NBA and wasn't one of the best players in the world, but to be sitting in a coach's meeting with Coach Popovich, Steve Kerr, Jeff Van Gundy, Ime, Jay Wright, also said the pressure of an elimination game, said there is nothing like it, and that is an experience with his friends that he'll just never forget. And I know, Grant, you could talk about this for hours as well.
Yes, I can. And certainly, as you saw that picture, Ashley, just a lot of great basketball minds, and certainly running their teams, respective teams out west. But what a great experience for Will Hardy to be around all those coaching giants.
And guys, speaking of the Olympics even more, Ace Bailey is related to an Olympic gold medalist, his aunt Venus Lacey. And the whole family is a basketball family, though. His dad played college basketball right here in Houston. His mom played as well. I asked Ace, I said, I mean, you have an Olympic gold medalist in your family. Who's the baller of the family? And he said it was his mom. Said,
VU, thanks, Ashley. She coached Ace from the 2nd grade on. Mentioned Venus Lacey. She won gold with Team USA in Atlanta.
Mom didn't teach me any footwork.
Eason for 3. She taught you all the important things.
Yeah, she did.
Long lead pass. Sensabaugh tracks it down, teeters the baseline, deals back to Harkless. Harkless explodes down the lane, ran into traffic with the ball deflects right to Markkanen, who lays it in. Lowry has a team high 25. Ooh. Oh, did Harkless get buried by Şengün? A big hard screen. Eason pulls it in as Harkless is still shaking off the cobweb. Durant for 3. That was a scary looking collision.
Yeah, and if I'm Harkless, I'm upset with my teammates. You gotta speak. Whoever was setting the screen on Harkless has to make him aware that the screen is coming. That kind of miscommunication could be dangerous.
Sensabaugh works on Durant, steps back and cans a 3.
That was a nice move right there. And even after he made that shot, KD looked at him like, okay, I see you, young fella. Nice move.
Sensabaugh has 19 points in 22 minutes off the Utah bench as Love came out with a nice contest on that Shepherd 3. As out comes Conchar, a lob to Love. Love in the mismatch inside. He'll kiss it off the window. Kevin rising presence for a mostly young Utah locker room.
Good to have a vet, someone who's been through it all, brings a lot to the table.
Shepherd for 3.
And you said it best. You don't have the point guard. So you have guys like Şengün, you have KD. Because of their one-on-one capabilities, it really puts the defense in an awkward situation. You double team, they will find you. And when they've done that, Houston has been able to convert.
Now the plan all along, even with Van Vliet, was to continue to develop Amen Thompson and Reed Shepherd to be ready to at some point step into that point guard spot. Şengün for 3, that's rebounded by Love. But so often this season, more often than not, you look at the box score and it looks like tonight, where Durant leads the way with 12 assists, Şengün has 8.
Well, when you have Durant and Şengün, they have those playmaking abilities.
Yeah.
And really has been by committee, as you mentioned earlier.
Sensabaugh with another triple. That talked about it earlier. Sensabaugh really seemed to be finding a rhythm prior to the All-Star break. Another young player on this Utah team. Şengün inside. He knocks Sensabaugh down. Back it goes to Durant. Durant for 3. Sensabaugh tips it, grabbed by Love. Love snaps an outlet pass to Markkanen as Markkanen throws it down. Kevin Love's middle name is Wesley, named after Wes Unseld. Eason 6'8", and the springy Thompson is the shortest at 6'7", as Markkanen with a vicious.
These start 3 players at least 6'10". Of course, the Rockets, but then also the Nets. Michael Porter Jr., Noah Clowney, and Nick Claxton. So certainly pays to have size and length if you're in Houston.
Shepherd's no-look pass is picked off by Conchar. Love opens up for 3. Eason tracks down the long rebound almost as Sensabaugh tried to knock it away. I have a sneaky suspicion that the Jazz next season is Harkless with the steal. He'll beat Sensabaugh. So Harkless, after getting picked off hard and hitting the floor on the other side of the break, shakes off the cobwebs, picks up a steal. We approach the midway point of the 4th quarter. Eason started to say you have a feeling that the Jazz might be one of those clubs going with a huge jumbo lineup next season, and that's it. Can't keep winning in perpetuity, a maximum of 2. So those Jazz have the ball back. A Conchar 3 doesn't go. A foul is called. O.J. Mayo, Russell Westbrook, Love's college teammate, and then Kevin as Love inside, tried to poke it in. Love looks to track it down. Bailey gets there. He'll send it all the way up top to Sensabaugh.
Looks like vintage Love on the offensive glass right there.
Sensabaugh fades away. His nice night continues as Sensabaugh now has 26 points in 26 minutes off that Utah bench.
He can score. I saw him play in high school, went to the same high school as my daughters, and saw a lot of him there. And he has really been hot in aggressive scoring from all over for the Jazz.
Teams so often can reflect the personality of their head coach as Smith works his way inside and draws the foul.
Struggling with the wins is vitally important. And then I think it's the character of the guys. You know, these guys are still trying to figure it out. A lot of these young guys.
Then over on ESPN on Wednesday, Thunder, Pistons, Celtics, Nuggets. For more on these games, go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. These youngsters with the Jazz know also, Grant, that moving forward, they may be competing against each other for spots. I mean, you have Jaren Jackson, who's going to be back. Walker Kessler will be back as well. They've dealt with a number of injuries as Bailey looks to go baseline, lost the basketball. It's tracked down by Conchar, who pokes it to Harkless. Harkless puts it up, has it blocked out of bounds. The good Bailey gets it off in time by rule if there's more than 0.3 seconds.
Made some changes. You're bringing in Jaren Jackson Jr., Keontae George, the year he's had. So guys trying to prove that they belong. They can be a part of this core, knowing that the future, there's a lot of upside with this group. And who exactly is going to be a part of that remains to be seen.
George has just a load of promise, averaging 24 points a game, and this is third season. He continues to improve by
to the Jazz, hoping that the ping pong balls will bounce their way at the draft lottery. They've never had a #1 overall pick. Maybe that'll change this year. We'll see.
We shall see. George and Markman really have fostered a relationship, and actually you have more.
Yeah, and I was going to say maybe their chemistry just flourished because 2 off retreat trip, and he said they're actually putting together a group as we speak to go there again this summer. But 4 or 5 of the guys are expected to go see Finland, experience another culture. Coach Hardy just emphasizing the importance, you guys.
No question. Culture isn't just a word when you're talking about this Jazz organization.
100%. You know, you build that trust, and you can build a sense of being honest and real and comfort with one another. And so I love it, although I hope he's not recruiting him for the Finnish national team. Holiday,
badgered by Harkless. There's no sport like basketball in terms of the chemistry being essential. As Shengun tries to bully his way down the lane, he puts it up and draws the foul. If your quarterback doesn't like your middle linebacker.
You need each other. It's a long season. You spend an incredible amount of time together. Like broadcasters, you know, we respect each other, you know.
Indeed.
I think Ashley respects us.
Absolutely, guys.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right,
there's a long pause there, Ashley.
Sorry, I put my mic down. I had to grab it for a minute.
Collier relays, and he'll find Bailey. Back it goes to Collier. Shengun secures his 9th rebound. He is a double-double and a triple-double threat every night. 16 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. The Rockets starting center, and he'll find Smith. What a night. 31 now for Jabari Smith.
And whatever Jabari Smith had for his pregame meal, I suggest he eat that for every meal, because he is a force.
Collier connects. He has 31 here this evening. We approach the 2-minute mark.
Shingun will try to get him another look.
Jabari's ready. There it is. Rebounded by Bailey. Collier on a dead run. Ripping pass to Filipowski, who runs the floor. Filipowski draws the foul.
Yeah, he's open. Get him the ball. That's a high percentage shot. Reward the big.
Leading Arsenal looks to widen the gap. The top four hopeful Chelsea is charging. 5 at 11:30 in the morning Eastern on Peacock. 118-101 Rockets. Aaron Holiday has checked in as Ime Udoka has emptied his bench. Holiday floats it up and in. We get a look at Jeff Green in his 18th season. Collier fires a three. Rebounded by Holiday.
Uncle Jeff.
Uncle Jeff. There he is. Green for three. Filipowski rebounds. Green is reunited with Kevin Durant 15 years after they began their NBA careers with the Sonics/Thunder, as Filipowski lays it up and in.
And I played against them in their first home game with the Sonics. I was with the Phoenix Suns. And both of them still out here playing and getting a chance. I think they might talk about that after the game.
Holiday gets fouled by Filipowski. Are still active, Grant. They've all played over 1,100 games over 19 seasons. Wild.
It is wild. The longevity, the excellence, the professionalism that those guys all have embodied throughout their...
Well, wrap up the day in the NBA. 3 ball games. This is the third and final. Collier's second free throw is good. Smith goes for 31 this evening for the home club. Grabs 9 rebounds. Amen Thompson 20. Durant 18 and 12 assists. Şengün 16, 9 and 9. A balanced effort here this evening for the Rockets as a step back jumper by Holiday is good. Nasty, says Kevin.
Yes, indeed. That was nasty. I'll tell you, what an impressive bounce-back game. When they lost to New York can be deflating. You have a performance like that and you lose the way they lost. You just can't wait to play again to get that taste, that bad taste out of your mouth. And mission accomplished for Houston.